The Huddle with Ted Ginn Jr. To the right of me is actually that man. He's a former 14-year NFL veteran. He played at The Ohio State, the greatest college football program to ever exist. He played also at Glenville High School, one of the most electrifying players to come out this city. What's going on, man?
What's up, guy?
Yeah,
for sure.
And back from his absence from last week, my man wasn't here, but we tried to hold it down when he was out. You guys want to? You good?
Good.
He played at Notre Dame. He is also a Cleveland legend. He also played at St. Ed's, played for the Las Vegas Raiders, my man Sean Crawford.
What's going on?
What's going on? Oh, and the host of the Varsity House podcast. Go ahead, plug that.
Yeah. Varsity House podcast, we drop every Friday. Got content of premier athletes, local and also known around the country. Ted Ginn, we got an episode with him. We even got the mayor of Cleveland, Mayor Bibb, on there too. So anybody you want to see, athlete-wise, that's local, but also around the country, tap in the Varsity House podcast.
I gotta watch that. I didn't know I had.
I need to talk to the mayor too.
Yeah, we got all the Cleveland. We got all the Cleveland legends on there.
Okay, and you know me. You know how I am, man. I'm the Presidente, straight out of Can't Teach Dog University. Fellas, you can't what?
Teach dog.
You can't what?
Teach dog.
Okay, later on in the show, we're gonna be joined by the guys they on the hot streak. They don't miss. They listen. Y'all, what's y'all record right now?
21-0.
About 21-0. They are your number one source for everything youth sports in the city of Cleveland. We got Next Gen Blood and Next Gen Ken. We can have them join later. But first of all, start off the show with first down. You know what we got to start off with. Them Buckeyes was in action this weekend. They defeated Rutgers 35-16. Kyle McCord had a Kyle McCord game. He went 19 for 26. 189 yards, 3 touchdowns. I don't remember those 3 touchdowns. He had 1 interception. Travion Henderson had 128 rushing yards. He averaged 5.8 yards a carry. He had 1 touchdown. He also led the team in receiving. He had 5 receptions for 80 yards.
Excuse me, what you say?
I'm going to it.
No, I'm talking about what was his stats receiving?
He had 5 receptions for 80 yards.
You can start off with your boy.
Anyway, one of the greatest receivers in Ohio State history, Marvin Harrison Jr., he had 4 receptions for 25 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the game sealing touchdown. We ain't gonna gloss over that. The game sealing touchdown. If he had somebody else that was worth it, you know what, giving him the ball, he probably would have had more.
You're right.
Ohio State right now is the number 1 team in the country. I just want to know how y'all feel about Ohio State. After that, they was down at the half to Rutgers. I don't know how much longer we can go with struggling in the first half before it bite us and it catch up to us. But I think for the most part, we all can agree that that's not the recipe you want going into when you getting closer and closer to the game.
Well, one thing you got to take your hat off to Rutgers is if I'm gonna go play the number 1 team in the country, they just named them the number 1 team. I'm gonna give you your all. And that's what they did the first half.
I'm not taking my head off the road.
They came out, they gave him their all, they created a game to which they thought they could sustain.
How many years? What years did you play those State?
2004 to 2006.
How many teams came out and gave it their all, and y'all still beat them to the ground?
Marshall.
That's the only thing.
Cincinnati.
Come on now.
Illinois.
Indiana.
I mean, you're going to get them games.
Rutgers wasn't even
I
there.
never played at Rutgers.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's certain.
Miami of Ohio.
Okay. But it's like, you can't struggle.
Purdue. We can just name the
But why?
name the entire Big Ten.
Because
Okay.
you trying to be too nice, man. Come on. Like,
I'm not being too nice, but you got to give credit when credit is due.
I think Rutgers played hard. They
played,
challenged them. That's what they supposed to
first
do.
I
half
think
like
a team
you
can
thought
still
they was
play
going to
hard
play.
and you still could
You ever heard?
knock their mouth in you. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, you probably never heard this because you know. But you ever heard that team gave you their best shot? That's what Rutgers did. Rutgers' first half came out. They created a turnover. They scored. They did everything that they were supposed to do to win the first half. Then second half, we woke up as a university, as a team, and we put up, 35 points, which we could put up 35 points in 2 halves.
All right. I want to call a timeout on the former Ohio State Buck. I'm going to turn over here. Somebody that's going to really talk to me, okay? Cuz, man, he being too nice, man. So
Facts.
like,
I'm not being too nice. I just
Was
said
it really? Was it?
it was
more,
great.
Was it more that Rutgers
For
gave it
Rutgers.
they all, or was it more that lack of production at a certain position?
Oh, you got him a total different question.
Yeah.
Oh,
but like,
you
I was
got
getting-
Willie, you got him a total different question.
I was getting there.
Rutgers-
but you didn't even let you like before I could get there. You went down a side street. You stopped
Yeah,
at the
I'm almost
corner
gonna stop.
store.
Yeah,
No,
I
let
got
me
a
get-
pop.
Let's get
Nah.
into the-
Rutgers did play hard, but you probably only noticed Rutgers is 4th right now in the Big Ten East and 6-3. So they having a solid year. You know, Big Ten really not that challenging outside the top 2
You
teams.
ain't always got to say.
But
that
I'm
every
just
time we
saying
talk
though,
about
like
Big Ten, though.
I
we
gotta
always
acknowledge
throw
that. I
it
gotta
in there.
acknowledge
His
that.
whole
I went to the
squad.
wrong
I gotta acknowledge that. But I thought they did play tough, but you could look at the game. I mean, it was a good game at the end of the day. Rutgers was home. So you obviously know that people was gonna show out. Obviously, we said Ohio State was number 1, so they gonna come.
Sleep in the
They
first half.
gonna come ready to play. They got the crowd involved. Rutgers probably the most fans Rutgers has seen, this entire year, probably the past couple years. So they was ready to play, And then obviously you talk about the lack of production. It's just like I feel like every team that Ohio State play, like it's almost that sense like even when Notre Dame played them, it was just like, okay, this is the year we can get them. And that's probably how Penn State feel.
That's how Rutgers came out.
Michigan feel like that. They've been feeling like that. But Rutgers probably felt like they've been scoring some. They averaged 26 points, which is a lot for a Big Ten team. So they feel like they probably could come out there and try to put some points on the board early, which they did. And then they threw that interception. But if they had went up 2 scores there,
If they don't
it's
throw,
a different game.
Yeah, if that interception don't happen there, like you, so maybe
We might have had our first
I
loss.
think you just looking at it like.
I'm
I just know it's
gonna
gonna
tell you
catch
what
up
it
to
is.
You
Sean.
stuck true, but like you just stuck on the past.
That's
You thinking about the past Ohio State teams.
And know what
you just
happened?
got to accept where they are now.
Don't blame me.
And as
Blame
long
Ohio
as they
State
win
for
the
being so
game,
good.
This is what happened, Sean. His boy didn't get off. No hate. No hate.
That's listen.
he only cheered when
But-
Marvin get off, huh?
Yeah.
No.
He had 4 for
my
25.
stance
He had
on-
2 tubs now.
Listen, my stance on the quarterback position and on that team has always been the same, regardless of what Marvin had. I start off every show done said Kyle McCord had a Kyle McCord game. Y'all can run the tape. I said it every show.
That's cool.
But you can either keep complaining each week or accept it.
I'm gonna keep complaining because guess what? Rutgers is the game where when you watching Ohio State come halftime, I'm supposed to be chilling. I'm flicking the other
that-
games
you-
'cause I know
you-
we already got it covered, man.
you got your feet up.
It's
already.
Rutgers.
Yeah.
See, you act just like
I'm
Ohio-
not supposed to be
You
on
act
my
just
edge
like
of
the
my
kids
seat
did
into the
be-
game.
The first half.
game.
You act just like the kids did the first half. You were still asleep, still had your slippers on, and you wanted some coffee.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
So would you rather them lose?
No, win. I mean, of course, I want them to win, but I want them to win. In
He
a
want
blowout.
him to
It's
win
Rutgers.
with
Yeah, I'm
fashion.
blowing- Yeah,
He want him to win 60-0.
Yeah, what happened to
This
style
man
points?
throw 500 yards.
Yes, man.
You spoiled.
He's
You
spoiled.
spoiled.
Spoiled, yeah,
You
yeah.
spoiled. That's what it is.
My guy
You
Marvin
spoiled.
Harris
Hey,
have
first off, don't do that.
10
Don't
catches
don't
for
get the
1,000
next gen guy on.
yards.
Don't do that.
You spoiled. That's all it is.
That's all.
Okay, I'm spoiled. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I want your honest opinion.
Yeah.
Can they win the game? You know the game I'm talking about.
Yes. That's my big. That's
You can't
all
even
I'm
keep a
worried
straight
about.
face when you say that.
Yes, I believe that we could go in the game
Look at-
and win against the team up north. That is 100 because we're gonna play the style that boy can play.
Can they win that game by being struggling in the first half?
Yes.
No.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
I mean, I don't think they can win many, like the rest of the schedule.
At the
Besides
end of the
Michigan.
day, at the
like you
end of
never,
the
you
day.
know what,
never,
Ted?
you
Hold
never,
on,
you
wait.
never want to struggle in the first half.
you know what
Regardless,
Ted
though.
acting like? It's like when you catch a kid doing something, you ask them, and they just all fidgety and moving, and you like know they lying. Like he like, look at him. He can't stay still. Like
Get off.
so
me.
they can go in there and struggle in they
Can't
house.
can't
No, they
nobody
going
go
Ohio.
anywhere.
Kyle McCord's gonna have to play his best game, which is expected. You playing your rival.
What is a
you
Kyle
playing
McCord
you
best
playing a.
game?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet.
I
But
can't-
but the
You
thing
hear
is,
this?
he hasn't.
I
had
need
that-
you,
he-
baby.
His best game so far was probably his.
Maryland.
No. His best drive so far
Notre
was the
Dame.
Notre Dame game.
Yeah.
So it's like when
See how
he
broke himself up.
when he needed to step up. I'm trying to give him credit for. All right, I'm not. All right, whatever. But I'm just saying when he needed to step up so far in the season, when he needed to step up, he has. And as a whole game, like I'm not. If I'm an Ohio State fan, I'm upset because you spoiled of the quarterbacks that came before you. But like, it's teams out there losing. Like you could be a Michigan State, you could be a Penn State, you could be a Notre Dame. Like trust me, we'd rather be undefeated with bad quarterback play than 3 losses with bad quarterback play.
Hey, real quick before we go to second down, like I heard rumblings about Urban Meyer at Michigan State. I just can't see Urban Meyer at Michigan State. Did y'all hear that?
They got bread, so I don't know. They could pay
Why
him.
not? I mean, that's what Urban do.
I know, but like Michigan State though, like
Michigan State not bad. They came. Think about it. 2
all right,
years
maybe
ago.
maybe
Think
I'm
about
acting
2 years
bougie, but
ago.
I feel like Michigan State is like beneath.
I hope he goes to
Urban Meyer.
Michigan State so we can
For
at least
competition.
get a little bit more shine get off our back.
Would you take Urban Meyer at Notre Dame?
He was already at Notre Dame, but I'm not gonna take him at Notre
Who
Dame.
was he at Notre Dame? I missed that one.
He was
Me
a
too.
position. I don't
No,
know
I'm
what
talking about,
position.
like, as a head coach. Like,
Oh no. But like he was there before, I believe, before Florida. Like he was a position coach. He been around. He was at Bowling Green and
He
like,
stay around his little
he keep a
parts
job,
now,
don't he?
yeah.
So,
He keep a job.
I like Marcus Freeman. We good. We could get some other coordinators, but you know, that's a different
This
subject.
is no shot at Notre Dame. I promise you it's not. But I think you won't see really how good Marcus Freeman is until you go to like somewhere else.
What do you mean?
I think like Notre Dame just got this cloud over them that I don't know when they ever gonna like when they get to the playoffs, they like just get
my goodness! You want to get in that conversation?
No.
We could get in that conversation.
I
I don't know if we got enough time on the clock in the first quarter. I don't know if we got enough time left in the first quarter.
We can still get into it because that's the end of that's first down right there. Let's go to second down.
I was about to say, 'cause, we might 2 minute drill might not be enough for that
I'm on the next
conversation.
two card. Let's go to okay. So tonight, the playoff rankings come out. Now, me and you kind of we've been on the same, but I gotta give you credit for your Alabama pick.
Yeah, that was like
He
four,
tried
that
to
was
steal your
he tried to
shine
steal
last
my
week. You wanna
take.
hear,
Yeah,
though.
he tried to steal my take.
take.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I told you they like Iggy. If
I
they
don't know
get-
where
that's
that
all I said.
I don't know where that
When you
comparison
say
comes
Iggy-
from.
Hey, but look,
Iggy-
listen. When you say Iggy for the show purpose, you gotta say the actual niggas. Everybody don't know Iggy by Iggy, so you gotta say like the actual.
And you can say the team on
Say nations,
you
y'all.
can say the team on West 25th too.
That's
You
what
ain't
y'all-
got
oh, that's what y'all
the
say?
team by Wendy's across the street from Wendy's.
Oh,
That's what
I
we call
never
it.
heard that.
Wow.
Team across the street from
They
Wendy's.
don't even get a name.
Nah, Wendy's.
Team on West 25th.
Wendy's, yeah.
Oh,
Lorraine,
man.
any street over there,
Y'all
or
hear
across
that?
the street from
St.
Wendy's.
Ignatius, let's see how they do it all.
It's okay.
Did you
All
ever
right.
lose to St. Ignatius?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
I lost to him twice,
He
but I
paused,
played.
I knew it was
Hold
gonna be
on,
a
I
no.
lost to him twice, but I played him 5 times because I played as a freshman against him. We lost though, but I got a lot of shots at him. 3-2 though.
That's not bad. That's above 500.
I got one shot and they beat me.
All right, so listen. So tonight, the college football playoffs rankings come out. Right now, as it stands, Ohio State number 1, Georgia number 2, Michigan 3, Florida State is 4, Washington 5, and Oregon is 6. So on this show, we do our top 4, which is our playoff team, and then the 5th team is the team we believe that if somebody up top lose, they're gonna sneak in. And last week we did a 6 just because we noticed it was so many good one-loss teams. So on here we do a top 6. So I'm gonna start with my guys from Next Gen. I'm gonna start with Ken and Blood. Which one? Like, give us y'all top 6. Look at
I'm sticking
look at
with-
Ken with the shades
I'm
on.
sticking with man. I'm going to Jamaica next week, man. I gotta get the vibes right. I'm getting the vibes going early, but I'm sticking with Ohio State at number 1. I mean, I know it's probably not popular right now. It wasn't popular last week when I said it. So I mean, but I still firmly believe like when it comes down to it, game plan like. Top 4 teams, it's time to win 2 games. Defense win championships. And I think at the end of the day, our offense going to find a way to make enough plays. Number 2, right now, I still got Georgia. Number 3, I was hating on Michigan a little bit last week. So this week, I'm going to put them at number 3.
We all was. Don't feel bad.
We was for sure.
I ain't never hating.
It's an Ohio thing, but I'm gonna put them at 3 this week though, because Michigan's team is actually dominant. Like when you watch them play, like they
blow
do
everybody out,
really
yeah.
have a really good team. So
Hey, what was this? Did they? I just out of curiosity, did they play Rutgers this year?
They blew them
Yeah,
up.
they beat them. I got you right. Hold on. About 31 to 7.
Why you huffing and
30,
puffing
31
over
to
there, man?
7.
To the
31
right
to
of me.
7.
31 to 7.
Yeah.
Why the huff and puffing to the right of me? I'm just
Because
kidding.
you
He over here trying to get
keep
his
throwing
top.
shots at your own team.
Man, don't do that. Don't do
We
that.
already got the analysts down here.
Hey, I'm Ohio State.
You see how
till I
you
die.
went to the
I'm
computer?
Ohio State.
I'm already on it. Yeah.
Fast. I got it.
Man, go ahead, man. My bad, man.
And then I still got Florida State for Florida State didn't lose last week or nothing, did they?
Nah, but they had a close game against. Well, it wasn't close, but they didn't dominate Pitt like they should have.
But I mean, that's really like if you think about it, that's really a common thing this season though. Like people like kind of really honestly, Michigan is the only team that has really dominated everybody. Like you could really look around and say everybody struggled with somebody. So I mean, if that's the case, then we got to put Michigan number 1, which I will never do. But so I still got Florida State 4. I got Alabama number 5, first on the outside, and then 6. I have to say Oregon right now. Oregon nice.
Oregon over Washington?
Yeah, I got Oregon over Washington. Even though Washington beat them head to head, but like I said, I mean it's
They might get that rematch in the
Pac-12 championship. Yeah, and I got Oregon winning round 2. So
What you got, Blood?
Well, for my top 6, for my first one, I'm gonna go with Georgia, only because of the Ohio State. They got battle tested last week. It's not a strong team, I feel like. But number
You ain't
2,
got
I
nothing
got
smart to say against him about that.
That's his
I
pick,
got-
man.
I'm gonna say I got Michigan at 2. I wanted to put Ohio State right there only because they strength of the schedule is still stronger than Michigan. Michigan still hasn't been battle tested, which they will be this week against Penn State. So that could be a little toss up. But I'm gonna go Michigan at 2. I'm gonna go Ohio State at 3. I'm gonna go Florida State at 4. I'm gonna agree with Ken right here. I'm gonna put Alabama at 5 and then Oregon at 6.
Dang, a lot of hate for Washington over here, huh?
Hey, man, listen.
I'm not that good of a team.
Overrated.
Yeah, I'm saying, they're not that good of a
Undefeated,
team.
though.
I want y'all two to go last, or go to be like the last 2. So I'm gonna go first, and then you can go, and he gonna go. All right. So I'm gonna start at 6. At 6, I got Washington. I just feel like they can lose to any of the teams I got in the top 4, or actually the top 5. So they undefeated. So I'm gonna put them there. But at number 5, I actually got Florida State. At number 4, I got Alabama. I feel like Alabama right now is like the best team. They getting hot at the right moment, and like we said last week, they got Nick, so they got experience if they get in there. I don't think nobody right now would want to play Alabama. This is my opinion, and they got another big win. You can say what you want to say, Ken, about LSU. That's a big win. That was a good win against a ranked opponent.
Florida State blew LSU out too.
I'm talking about Florida State. At number 3, I got Ohio State. Obviously, they're undefeated in their old state. And I did something I never thought I would do. At number 2, I got Michigan. Don't do that. I'm an Ohio State fan, okay? But I can't be biased. I got to be fair. Ohio State did not look like the number 1 team, and they did not look like the number 2 team. Now, they are undefeated. They do have wins against ranked opponents, so they number 3. At number 2, like you said, Michigan done dominated pretty much everybody that done played. So I put Michigan at number 2. And by default, Georgia number 1. They the champs. They undefeated. So I feel like until somebody beat them or remove them from that, I got to keep them there. So that's my top 6. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm gonna start with the easy teams first. I got Georgia number 1, just because they played Missouri. That was a tough game.
That was a
but
good game.
That was a really good game. Played obviously an SEC opponent and a ranked opponent. So Georgia gonna jump up to 1. I'm gonna keep Ohio State at 2. It was a tough game, but they played a better team than Michigan. Michigan played Purdue, and I mean they won. They won 41-13, I think, or something like that. But it wasn't like it was dominant game and those things. But you're supposed to do that to Purdue. Like I'm not impressed by that. Ohio State played a better team, which is Rutgers on the road. So I'm gonna keep them at 2. 3 is Michigan. Now this where I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. I'm gonna go 4 Washington.
Okay.
Because they undefeated. They just beat USC.
Some Washington love. Okay.
Yeah, they just beat USC. That was a good game. No defense in that game, but I like to see. Obviously, being undefeated right now is hard, and I like to see what they did against USC. Florida State gonna be 5. I didn't like the performance against Pitt after Notre Dame just dropped 63 on them, I expect Florida State to go do the same thing, and they didn't.
But
And
real
then,
quick, like just to, because I just want you to like comment on this. So that was my thing with Washington. I feel like they probably got the worst defense out there, like the top 4. Like I don't know if like Washington gonna score, but they also gonna give up like a lot of points.
a lot of teams can't score that many points. You think Ohio State gonna put up 40 on them?
Absolutely not. Ohio State, brother. Absolutely
Exactly.
not.
So we gonna go.
It's like the NBA. It's like the East and the West.
And they got
Style
they low key got the Heisman front runner right now. So I'm gonna show him some love. They gonna go to 4. 5 is Florida State, and then 6 is Alabama. But you know, obviously with that one, Alabama never go. They probably gonna be 6 the whole time for me until the SEC championship, and then if they can get Georgia, put them anywhere. I just need them in the playoffs.
So right now, so far, I'm the only one that got Alabama in the top 4.
That's kind of I mean,
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
spoiled.
Mr. Ohio State legend, talk to us.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stay with my first pick. Was Georgia.
Okay.
Like I said before, they the champions. Till somebody knock them down, they don't deserve to move. And they played a great game this weekend. Ohio State is at 2. Michigan is at 3. Washington is at 4. My 5 is Alabama. And my 6 is Oregon.
No Florida State at all.
Okay. Well, tonight, like we said tonight, the full
like
rank is coming. You don't like who?
Florida State.
You don't like Florida State? What they do to you?
Nothing. I just don't see them getting to the big dance.
Okay. My bad, because I'm
who
still
they
kinda on
losing to?
Me?
What's their remaining schedule?
Who they
I just see
losing
them
to?
losing in the championship somewhere.
What's their remaining schedule? Pull it up for us.
They got. I mean, the ACC is trash. They already beat Clemson. They got Miami next week, North Alabama, and Florida.
Florida might be the only people that give them a shot.
Yeah, I don't know if they might be in the same side as Clemson, so I don't know if they would play. Florida is pretty bad, but I don't know if they would play Clemson in the ACC championship. But the way it's looking, I'm gonna say Florida State gonna just ease on into the championship.
I got a question for you. This is for both of y'all. Since you always, getting on the Big Ten schedule. So next year, we got some teams being added to the Big Ten. And I just want to know, you as a former player and you as Ohio State hater, I just want to know, like next year we got Oregon,
UCLA,
USC, and Washington being added to the Big Ten. What does that do to how much does that strengthen the schedule? We're just gonna be odd seeing USC come down to.
It strengthens the schedule, but it ain't nothing crazy because those teams gonna have to recruit in order to beat Big Ten teams. Like I could see UCLA struggling with Iowa, Wisconsin, because they don't have the Washington. They don't have the guys up front. The front sevens won't literally. I don't think they gonna match up. Now they might put. It's gonna be some high scoring games out there, but USC. I can see them getting bullied. Like Notre Dame bullies USC every time they come to South Bend. We haven't.
And there's weather.
That's not and the weather.
That's why I
Yeah.
said I can't. I would love
I see
to
weather
like,
issues. Like I see a lot of things that team's gonna have to adapt to, or that commissioner gonna have to adapt to from them teams' presidents. Like that's how I see it. So they trying it out. They could probably be there with the contract ain't gonna be too long, 2-3 years.
Yeah,
I can't. Gonna be that short. You think
I
it's gonna be that
guess
short?
I can see the top staying the same. Like,
Yeah.
USC or Oregon might sneak in there and get one
But
of
like
them.
you say, it's just a different style of play. Like so, Washington got to come in. USC, like we really pound the ball in the Big Ten.
Remember Oregon beat us last
Like
year.
where do most of the linemen come out of? Iowa, Penn State, Wisconsin. Like we really got real big linemen and real big play. Now the thing is they always be faster than us on the line. You get what I'm saying? So if they go out and find them fast but bulky guys at USC, Wisconsin, not Wisconsin, but Washington, and then they got the Samoans too. So don't pass.
Yeah, UCLA got a tough D in.
Don't pass on that.
Do you feel like because now you bring in a team like USC into the Big Ten. Now all of a sudden, let's just say you're gonna see USC recruits at Glenville games, at St. Ed's game. Do you worry about now like how that recruiting gonna handle, or is it just Ohio State always gonna be Ohio State when coming recruiting?
They always
Because now you got a kid now
we had
like coming
kids
from
go
Cleveland.
to USC.
Okay, but like now they actually
It's different now though, because right now if I were to go to USC, I'm never coming back to the Midwest.
that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
now
you taking a kid from
it's
the
like-
city,
it's
you
like-
in California, like
yeah.
But that's how
it
but
changes
that's how
the recruiting landscape.
yeah, but that's how college is supposed to go. Like most people who go to college, you find a new friend, you find your wife or whatever, and you venture off into the world.
That's not the case for some kids though.
But I mean, I'm just saying, I know a lot of people that then went to Ohio State that's still there now. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about where you come from, actually. So if your situation here is not what you want to go back to, then you're gonna stay around that campus. You're gonna stay somewhere where you done made a name, that you can go out and get a job, get whatever you need to live on. Like, I'm just being real. Let's go like right now. If I want to go do anything, I'm gonna go to Columbus. Makes sense.
make too much sense.
Like, why would I sit up here and struggle or sit up here and have to worry about this where I got a university I put on for? You get what I'm saying? So go down there and say, hey, man, I need a job. They should be able to do that for you.
Yeah.
You would hope so.
All right. Well, we
Depending
gonna
on your stature.
Yeah.
yeah, you is everybody not taking.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Well,
I
I
mean,
hope
that
so.
really. But and it happens though. You got all type of people that do different things on campus that you will never know.
All right, but it's gonna be interesting next year to see the Big Ten of those teams at it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really like throwing these cards now. I think I'm gonna add that to my thing. I'm gonna pick them up afterwards, Ryan. Okay, I promise you. All right, so now we about to get to some Muni League, some high school action.
For sure.
You want to pull it out now, or you want to
Oh,
wait?
yeah.
Go ahead and pull it out now. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna pass it over to your number one source for sports in the city. Next Gen Ken, Next Gen Blood. I'm gonna sit back. Y'all go ahead and talk to us. It's third down, by the way.
What's going on? I'm Next Gen Blood. Same with Next Gen Ken. You can follow us at Next Generation Sports Media, following up with all the content. We are the number one hub, the sports media hub in Northeast Ohio, in the country, matter of fact. Go follow us, keep in track with us, go follow these athletes as well. But let's get into it though. Last week we had the states. We had state championship weekend for D1, D2, and D3 for the Midwest Muni League. Well, for the whole AYF, matter of fact. I got to give a shout out to them Columbus teams. They came out to play. They cleared the whole Division I. They came
They was
up here
talking too.
Yeah, they came up here and swept everything. They was balling. I was fascinated with this one kid. He was from Gator Prep. I'm not sure what area that is in Columbus, but he wore number 1 on the 10U. He was fast. He was just electric. He was all over the field. Getting elite 10U, they did what they were supposed to do. They came out and handled business last week. They put out a shutout to Buckeye State Elite, the mini Buckeyes, and then they had won the championship as well against a good NEO flight team, 6-0, and they'd be advancing to the AYF championship, which is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the 17th.
I feel like we shout them out every week, but
Every
shout out
week,
Roman,
man.
man.
Shout
That's my
man.
favorite player. From
Roman and Joe and Sonny.
Roman since he was 6.
Man, he been with us, and I got to give a shout out to Joe and Sonny. Them kids are just they just different over there, and the D linemen over there as well. They got some nice D linemen too. I got to give a shout out to that 13U. They marching. They made a name for themselves.
They said they
It's
marched.
not about
Listen.
look, it's not about how you start, but they definitely showing how they about to finish it for sure. So they they came out. What was it? What y'all started season 3 and 4 to winning the city championship. Now a state championship.
Yeah.
So y'all
On the way to
definitely over there
regionals.
climbing up, making a name for y'allself for sure.
Them tables always
Yeah,
turn.
them
Who did y'all
tables-
play this past weekend?
We
Memphis
played the Memphis Sharks.
Sharks. Memphis Sharks.
Y'all only
And
had to play one?
We had one game. And I take the hat off to them guys. You know what I'm saying? They was a good ball club. You know, it just boiled down to a couple
I
things.
just got some dogs on y'all team. I really got.
Yeah, they had a great back too.
Yeah.
They had a great back that was coming downhill. He really picked it up second half, but my kids came on and really put a stop to it. And we're just gelling right now, man. And they believing in themselves. We're starting to find leaders. You know, a lot of things that we didn't have at the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? That we done came together now, and you know they telling on each other about who not coming to practice or who coming to practice. So
On each other.
it's just a
accountable.
whole It's a lot of that. You know, one thing that I stole from the 14U was do your 111. You know what I'm saying? That really been like our deal.
Explain that.
So do your 111 is just 11 people on the field, but everybody got to do they individual part.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I can't go out here and block and then you don't. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't throw the ball and you don't catch it. Like, you get what I'm saying? So everybody just do your 111. You know what I'm saying?
Put show me, put that in there so we can see what that is, man.
Yeah. This part of a 111 right here. Everybody did their individual part.
That's
you
your
know?
first one
My first state champions, yes.
as a head coach.
Let me
Yes.
see.
Well,
Let me
this,
see. Let me
this
touch
is not
that.
my
Let me see
first
that.
one as an
That's what I'm saying. Like,
organization.
as a
A head coach. I'm not
Okay.
really actually the head coach
okay.
on 13U. You get what I'm saying? But I runs a lot of the things that go on down there. But Ernest is the head coach. Rasul Spain is the offensive coordinator. AB is the defensive coordinator. Our running back coach is Raymond Williams. You know what I'm saying? And then I just facilitate the whole deal. Shout out to Ms. Jen, our team mom. So, like, we have a whole host of line of people that really do what they supposed to do, and that goes all the way down to my 10U. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
y'all just so real structured over there. Like that's what y'all just one
I
of
got
them
a question.
programs,
How Glenville and Ginn Elite always managed to get out of Division One?
Managed to get out of Division One.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know how they do
as
this.
far
That transfer
as
portal code.
as
That
far
transfer portal
as high
code.
school go,
Yeah.
it goes by your population of kids.
Enrollment, right?
You get what I'm
Glenville
saying?
Lacking kids?
For sure.
Oh, we got to send some more kids there then.
Well, it's tough. You know, I mean, we kind of go based off of an academy. Because Glenville and Collarwood don't really have a lot of kids. So our enrollment is really based off the boys that's in Ginn Academy. That's how we get out of Division One.
I'm just talking try. I don't even. But he
And this was
Yeah.
actually picked by us, you know. So, you know, we the kids wanted that route. You know, it was a coach's decision, and we went with it.
Division One in Florida, that's a different totally ball game, Sean. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you got to
Wait,
be
what
prepared
happened?
for it.
They talking
Division
too.
one,
I'm not gonna
Division
lie
one
to you.
in
They
Florida,
talking
like
big
national-
stuff.
Division One.
Yeah,
If you ain't got no
once you get down
team,
there,
don't
You
go.
know, yeah, no,
For real?
take
No, don't take your
If
team.
you ain't
down
pulling
there.
up with 6 foot, 300 pound,
I'm like,
12-year-old
you see division.
linemen,
You see my 14U.
Yeah.
So they got a 13U kind of look just like that. They get prepared for
Not
14U.
bigger.
Like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
what the Columbus team? They was Division One, right? How you think they match up
to them,
to the Florida team?
they don't match up at all.
Yeah, listen. It's certain ways that you strategically take your team around this country.
That's fair.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
sometimes it's so many different ways that you are really, going to Florida for. You get what I'm saying? And I'd have been there before. I didn't went to Florida just because I didn't told the kids we going to Florida. I didn't went to Florida because I got to match my kids up to see if this is what we really want to do. You get on Florida. I didn't went to Florida saying I got the shot. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it this year and get spanked. You know what I'm saying? So this has been a whole journey of going to Florida. It's just now that I didn't see my struggles with this 14U that I have, but not just them, but the CJs, the Vellies, you know what I'm saying, the Bryce West and all of them. Like, I didn't have teams to go to Florida. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't coaching them right, if you ain't buying into some weather issues, you got to hydrate, different things that go on that you don't pay attention to, could become a factor. Just playing a game, like you say, just playing a game every other day, it becomes a factor when you don't do it all the time. You get what I'm saying? So when you go to Florida, man, you got people that's 300 pounds across two of them across the front. They be 12.
Some of them be having offers already.
Yeah,
already
they
be on the
mating.
radar, yeah.
They mating other places. We starting families. They mating.
Like, it be so many Texas teams. Like, man, how is it this many different parts of Texas here right now? Like, how did y'all all make it out of the region? Like, how did they all make it out of? It'd be crazy, bro. It's definitely an eye opener. You got to go down there and see it, bro. It's like 12 different fields of just football going on all day.
But Legacy, I think it's 7 Tigers.
They tough.
They got a tailback on there,
Or is
number
that-
one.
no,
I think
not
they like
female.
Brown and the Bengals, Bengal Tigers or something like
is
that.
that
Like,
the Midwest or are you talking about the old? Wait, which
Division 1, 7U.
Oh, the Legacy U Tigers. They almost like Clemson a little bit.
Yeah, they had they had overtime, right, or something like that.
Oh, that's
Am
the
I-
game that we put up late. So that's when that went into 4 overtimes. I know which one you talking about.
Yeah, they had a little dude on there. I watched him
was
get
team that
hit on the
was.
2, put his feet on the ground on the 3-yard line, get in. He was about this big. Oh, it was some great games going on down there.
Y'all
Yeah,
got
them
something else
games
from y'all got some, because I know you want to get to the ladies. Y'all got something else for youth before y'all going to high school?
Yeah, I'm gonna say. Only thing I just gotta say, just shout out to Muni and just the whole AYF for just changing the landscape and giving kids the opportunity to really take their game to the next level. Because I think if we would have had this opportunity as kids growing up, it would have saved a lot of people from staying out of trouble and just keeping their goals going. So I definitely gotta give a shout out to them for just keeping the game, just expanding and elevating as it go. But just going on to high school, we.
Hold on, real quick.
Oh.
Just only because I know he want to. I ain't mean to say that right there. I know he's about to go in.
No, we got to shot. We got to
Go ahead,
shot
shout
some
'em out.
ladies out
Oh yeah, the
on the
cheerleaders.
cheer side. We
That was
have
clutch thinking of that too, man. Honestly, because I knew
Yeah,
that was
man,
going
I'm-
on, but
I'm
I'm
in
not
here.
informed in that. So yeah.
shout out to Cleveland Muni. They've been doing this for years as far as the cheerleaders go, and they have their competition this weekend. And once again, my girls was in there too. But shout out to the little ones, to the young ladies, the termites
I was
first.
gonna say, and that's all age groups, just like
all
football.
age groups.
Yep.
All age groups. We're gonna start
So
with the
from 6 to
babies.
14.
I want to say
Okay.
6 to 14, just the same ages. But I want to say they break up in 3 different squads. I want to say, like it's like 6 to 10, and you might have like a 11 to 12 group or 13 to 14. Like
That's
they
that's
kinda-
like how they used to do back in the day, like termite.
Yeah.
Pee wee.
So they got termite, Pee Wee, Bantam. That's
In
how
the
I
winter,
go.
they go to Florida as well too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I
they
believe
do.
they have a
I
shot.
did see music. That's
I
what's
believe
up,
they
man.
have a shot to go to the Nationals in Florida.
Yep, they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's-
saying?
that's
So
awesome.
we see how that go. I don't know if it's a regionals or anything like that, but I would figure it out because part of the organization.
Hey, I ain't never did this before, but I want to do it for the ladies. Fellas, you can't what?
Teach dog.
Shout out to the ladies. All right, go ahead.
There we go. For the termites, first place was Ginn Elite. Second place was Southside Seahawks. For the juniors, first place was Lake Erie Sharks. Second place was Southside Seahawks. Third place was Six Stars.
Hey,
So
shout out 6 stars.
we got the 6 stars for Pee Wee. First place was Ginn Elite. Second place was 6 stars. Third place was Shaker Raiders. For the Bantamweight, first place was Lake Erie Sharks. Second place was Ginn Elite. And then you had a dance competition. Let's get back to it. Where I lost it. Right.
See, Southside went on that
Yeah.
termite side.
Did you Google this too?
Nah.
It's
Chump.
an inside joke. We was talking about a certain receiver that we're not gonna mention right now on the show, but Ted was looking up his highlights. So instead of going to YouTube like a normal person in year 2023 and search up such and such highlights, what he did was he went to Google. And Google can give you Wikipedia highlights. They can give you the hurdle highlights and all of that.
Just know my man highlight was 14 minutes long too. No. Back to these young ladies. The dance competition results for the 2022 Cleveland Muni was termites was Southside Seahawks. For the juniors was Lake Erie Sharks, and for the bantamweight was CMHA Renegades.
I wish they changed the name back to the Redskins.
To the red, yeah, that was
They used
back.
to be so raw when they had the Lonnie Burn Redskins.
What?
Man, that
We used to call them
name-
Power One.
That's different. They probably used to be, man.
Yeah,
Every time
so
he played Lonnie
shout out
Burn
to the young
Redskins.
ladies. Shout out to Cleveland Muni for doing what they do for the boys and the girls, man. It's a great opportunity for everybody, and we enjoyed this whole weekend, and I'm glad that we was able to get the girls on here.
Shout out to the
shout out
girls.
to the cheerleaders for sure. They
Go ahead,
definitely
Joe.
a big part of the support system.
Whoop.
No, go ahead. It's back to y'all.
Oh yeah, so back to the we going to the high school segment last week. You know, every week it's like chopping wood every team. You know, you get eliminated every week. Kinston, you know, so shout out Roski. You know, they did their homework over there last week at Joe's. For
Roski
sure.
boys.
But I'm gonna let my guy Next Gen Ken get into the high school segment real quick and let him explain what happened in that game.
Like you said, shout out my guy Jeff Roski, man, because a few weeks ago we was on here. Joe's and Kinston played. That was one of our games of the
Hey,
week.
them kids was talking big stuff too,
Yeah,
like
they
the
talking
social media
crazy.
beef
They
between
backed
that
it up.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, they was talking.
It
They
was
going back and
crazy
forth.
because the first time they played in the regular season, Kinston whooped them.
They tagged me in the video like, yeah, take that. What they say, take that week review video you did down too. I was like, I didn't even know what to say. I was like, I didn't even pick against y'all. What y'all coming at me for? I'm just the dude that promote the youth.
First time they played, that was when, if y'all remember, Sean Patrick won Player of the Week, Kinston running back. He had like 5 touchdowns on him the first time.
He was getting busy.
So, like you said, my guy Roski, he watched that film and he ain't really like what he saw.
He said,
so,
no.
Bo
Nah,
Jackson came to play.
Yeah,
He
so they
showed up.
came out and they total game plan was just take Sean Patrick out the game. They said, if y'all gonna beat us,
It ain't gonna be
It's-
with him.
it's not gonna be because of Sean Patrick. I promise you that. So it was kind of like wherever Sean Patrick went, and we talked about Bo Jackson last week, which makes it so crazy how nice he is. Wherever Sean Patrick went, Bo Jackson was on him. If he was in the slot, Bo Jackson lined up
Bo
on him.
took that
If he in the
perfect.
backfield,
Bo took that
he
personal.
lined up. He
Because they
lined
were
up
saying
right
that
over him.
Sean was better than Bo. That's what they were saying. So I think that was like one. He took that matchup personally.
He definitely did.
He was like, he ain't better.
Man,
Like
that-
this
ain't
dude
that
ain't better
football?
than me. Yeah, you
That's
and that's why
not-
you love it.
You know, I thought you might not know that. You know,
Listen, hey, I'm first team all dog. Okay, go ahead.
So, but besides that, Joe's they move on to the it's the regional semifinals now. They Division III, Region 9. So they play Ursuline this week. I think they play in Alliance, something like that. So they move on to play Ursuline, and in my opinion, if they could get past Ursuline, I mean the state championship is
It's
there
right
for them
there.
to take. So.
And if not, they'll be back next year. They got a young group of guys as well. They'll be back.
Facts.
So,
His whole class, they
Their
all
classes,
juniors. They
yeah.
quarterback, receivers.
all the
They
starters come
bring back a lot of juniors. So on to Division 1. Region 1, we had a couple blowouts that you could probably already assume. St. Ed's beat Glen Oak 35-0. Cleveland Heights beat Berea Mid Park 35-0. Canton McKinley spoiled the St. Ignatius run.
yeah.
That was a crazy game too, because they was down. It was like 21-7 or something like that in the first half. Then Iggy, they just started coming out scoring. I'm like, Keaton Rhodey, the quarterback for Cam McKinley, he was poised the whole game. He didn't panic. And usually when the Iggy team is up like that against Cam McKinley or any school like that,
They close out.
They close out the game. So I got to give a shout out to Cam McKinley. They definitely showed that dog in them last week for sure.
Shout out Cam McKinley. Shout out Dante McClellan.
Yeah, McClellan. Yeah,
And then this was the game that scared me because we all know when I was here last week, I had one request. Medina and Heights, please.
Yeah.
I need the rematch.
I knew
Wadsworth don't beat Medina, Berea don't beat Heights.
So what we looking like?
We got
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
Game of the week?
It's happening. Definitely game of the
yeah,
week.
for sure.
Definitely game of the
Danny
week.
Stoddard versus Marquise Davis Part 2. That's gonna be a movie. I wouldn't be surprised if this game it got potential. It might sell out.
It's gonna be the
Good.
same, but like
It
high
should.
scoring again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
where
It's
is
gonna
it?
go down the
Strongsville?
same way it did. They play at
Strongsville?
Strongsville, yeah. Shout out
Strongsville
Wadsworth.
Friday night.
They gave Medina a fight. They held Medina only 22 points, and as we all know, that's hard to do. So
And Wadsworth always got a tough program, so
Medina-
they're gonna be back next year too.
Medina gonna have the refs on their side.
You think so?
yeah, definitely.
And
It's
And
really-
they closer, and they
crazy.
close,
It's
that's
really not
neutral
even
site.
neutral site
That's not
because
neutral
Medina-
site.
Medina
Yes, that's not
Medina's
neutral
only
at all.
19
Yeah,
minutes
like
away
what?
from
Yeah,
Strongsville.
you right. No
That's
doubt
crazy.
about it.
Whereas
I hope OSHA
Cleveland Heights
watching this as
40
well. I
minutes
hope they
away.
watching this as well because y'all definitely need help.
Yeah, when you see some
figuring
penalties
out
just
neutral
start to
sites.
fly.
That's terrible.
I hate that though. Like,
Cleveland
definitely y'all
Heights.
have former players though. Like, I hate that. Like, let
Cleveland
these
Heights.
kids play, man. Like,
And they say it's the same exact ref crew that Heights had last week against Berea Mid Park. I don't know what type of problems Heights had with the refs, but
I mean,
that's
good, man.
just some inside information I got.
what y'all saying? This is a favorable matchup that they may want.
That who may want.
I ain't
The
saying
refs and
nothing.
other people may want. Nah.
I ain't say none of that.
Am I
All
saying
I'm
too
saying
much?
is next
You
week
getting
we
into all
gonna
that?
recap and we
I
gonna
just
talk
don't
about how many
understand-
flags been thrown on each
I don't
team.
understand how Strongsville is a neutral site. That's still
And it's
don't-
19 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes away.
This don't make sense.
It low-key could be capacity, though. Because who got buyers?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But how they playing
You knew that.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I ain't
fell
know that.
right into
I didn't know
that.
that. But like outside of Brunswick, they got a big stadium, but it's probably capacity.
They should have
Yeah,
played at
could
like
be.
Twinsburg or something at
That's-
least.
yeah, that
Like,
nigga-
That's
coulda-
far.
Bedford
Could have played at the
maybe?
Brown Stadium.
Bedford.
But that's
But you got to
But
think it's
that's-
probably
that's
some
not
other
neutral
games.
sites.
Though.
That's
It's
close to
probably
Heights,
some other
though.
games.
So
I was
that's-
thinking that too. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
That's tough.
You could have a whole boom, 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 boom at the Brown Stadium.
That'd be crazy. Or the D2 region, that's gonna be wild too. Region 5.
Yeah, Wash Jesuit, they beat up on Austin Town
Yeah.
Fish last week. We was in here
Hats
talking
off-
about how that was gonna be a
hats off
good
to
game.
Alexander. He definitely.
Yeah, they beat up
they-
on Austin Town Fish. That was
Yeah.
none. Hudson beat Warren Harding 24-21, and Riverside beat Twinsburg 42-30. So this week in the Division II, we got Hoban matching up with Riverside, which is going to be a real good game. I love Riverside quarterback. Shout out Mikey Maloney, man. I call him Mike Barkley. Cause his legs, like he really built like Saquon Barkley. He get out there and run the ball. So
And Dom
I call
Kurtz.
him Mike Barkley. And then we got Wash Jesuit versus Hudson, which
That's
I mean,
gonna be good.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a good one, and then Wash Jesuit gonna go out and win by 40 points. So that's that. Avon, we got an Avon Olmsted Falls rematch.
That's a
I
good
kind
one.
of really expect Avon to handle that and move on. And then we got Massillon is playing Uniontown Lake.
They gonna
Mhm.
handle business.
So that's really all the motion in Northeast Ohio wise.
Oh, Glenville.
And Glenville.
versus Shelby.
Glenville has a
Glenville.
good game coming up this week
Shelby. That's
against
that quar-
Shelby.
that
Shelby got a
quarterback from
pretty good
Shelby.
quarterback.
Yeah.
We gonna see. I'm studying him now.
I might say study him hard. I might say
Y'all
he
got anything else
definitely-
that's
he
it?
look like a dual threat.
Yeah.
Hope y'all can contain him, but that's about it for us.
All right, so
Mhm.
real quick, because we up against it, but we can't get out of here. Y'all know we can't get out of here without getting y'all score predictions. Give us, because y'all been on the road. Y'all been on the road, so I feel like as long as that streak going, we got to keep it going. So, like, before we get out of here, give us that.
All right, I got a couple for you. Give me it's another 35. Cam McKinley, I give him a good 14 points. 35-14 is.
I give is about 35. I might give McKinley 7. That is defense just.
And then
Yeah.
Heights. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Heights might mess around and win by a couple touchdowns this time around because they seen it. They kind of played them already, and they know like Medina can't stop Marquise Davis at the end of the day. So I think it's gonna be another encore of a 30 carry game for him. So I got Heights like 60.
It's possible though.
For real though, I give him 50. Heights gonna score 50. Medina gonna score 40.
What the refs gonna score? Never mind, you got to answer that.
I feel like they just got to stop number 2 or guard number 2.
Yeah,
Listen.
if they could find a way to slow down
said
Austin
Medina
Knowles,
42?
that's gonna enforce a couple
Put it
turnovers.
down.
Yep.
That's and then what other ones? Give me Glenville over Shelby, 28-14. Give me Hoban over Riverside. I kind of think Hoban gonna control that one
Yeah, they
too.
gonna- yeah,
give
they
me
gonna-
Hoban 35, Riverside 14. Yeah, and I think that's it. That's all the North. Massillon gonna handle Uniontown Lake. Avon gonna handle. Who did we just say Avon they play?
Avon played. I'm not going.
Olmsted Falls.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be.
Olmsted Falls.
we'll see. But Avon gonna win. They should win by at least 2 touchdowns. I'll give them that for sure. Glenville and Shelby, I don't really know about the Shelby team too much, but based off what I've seen off film, if y'all just go in there and handle business and make y'all conversions, 2-point conversion, 1-point conversion, whatever, however y'all do it, just make it happen.
You hear that, Shelby? They count y'all out. They say they don't know nothing about y'all.
And they don't know nothing about up here.
Little
either,
motivation.
kid.
No, I
I'm
know.
gonna say,
Go both ways.
I'm gonna say, if anything, I'll be more worried about them kids at Shelby than at Glenville for sure. You playing against a different group of kids up here, so. Other than that, though, I think that's gonna be a close game. Well, I don't think it's gonna be close. It might be 35-14 or 28-14, like Ken said. So that's about it.
All right, yo, that's it. Again, we gonna close out the game. That was 4th down again, man. I pitched in about 5 catches, 150 yards. You know what I'm saying? You had a Kyle McCord game?
Ooh.
Your favorite player?
Kyle McCord,
No, I had an Anthony Gonzalez day.
Hey, okay. What about you?
I had a Jerome Bettis day.
Oh, he talking big stuff. Okay. All right, listen, that's it for Ted Ginn in the Huddle. That is Ted in the Huddle with Ted Ginn. That's Ted Ginn. That's Sean Crawford. That's Blood. That's Blood. That's Ken. I'm D. Willie Ashford. We out.